Sydney Sweeney wants to share something very intimate with you. Taylor Swift has recovered something crucial to her life. Michael Jackson is doing what? From the grave? What sound really, really irritates you? Which states can't spell for shit? All that plus rapid fire randoms. It's June. The news is still weird. Let's madlibs it. Hey, welcome, Mad World, Mad Libbed. My name is Drew Hansen. The news of the week is very strange, so why not make it weirder? Let's start rapid fire randoms. The reason Hitler shaved his mustache to his unique fashion is because he had trouble fitting a regular mustache into a gas mask. FedEx almost went belly up in the 70s. They had $5,000 in the bank and needed to pay off $24,000. They're still here because the founder took the last $5,000 to Vegas, gambled it on blackjack, won $27,000. The Mission Impossible TV series from the 60s invented the term self-destruct with their famous mission instructions that would self-destruct in 5 seconds. Some species of male spiders tie up female spiders before mating so the females don't eat them after. Kinky. According to the FBI, the number of bank robberies has declined nearly 85% since peaking in 1992. One reason? More risk, less reward. In the 60s, the average bank robbery was worth $5,200 or $46,000 in today's cash. In recent years, the average take is around $4,200 or $10 in today's cash. There's a tiny epoxy shield inside of an aluminum soda can. Otherwise, the soda would make the can corrode in 3 days. In NBA playoff action, there has never been a successful comeback from a 3-0 series deficit. Of the 159 NBA teams that have been down to 3 games to none, only 4 of them forced a Game 7, which they ultimately lost. If you are over 50, the world's population has doubled in your lifetime. The word Ouija is a registered trademark of Hasbro. With inflation, the value of the dollar is less than half what it was in 1996. It takes $211 today to buy something that took $100 in 1996. It sounds bad. It is bad. It's actually a big improvement. Average annual inflation over the past 30 years is roughly 2.5%. It was 5.4% over the previous 30 years, from 1965 to 1995. So it took a whopping $430 in 1995 to purchase something that cost $100 in 1965. You can buy soap infused with Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. Dr. Squatch is ready to bring some people's fantasies to fruition with limited edition soap infused with Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. The bar is called Sydney's Bathwater Blitz, and it smells like pine. It has an earthy scent. I don't think she would appreciate that somehow. Or as Dr. Squatch describes it, morning wood. Sydney says, quote, when we were at the Dr. Squatch shoot, they had a tub for me, and I actually got in there and took some soap. We had a nice little bath and took the water. So it's my real bathwater. Wanted to have it lean towards my home roots. So there's like this really outdoorsy scent of pine and earthy moss. Oh, she says it's earthy moss. So it smells super manly, but then there's some city bathwater mixed in. Sydney is very much aware of her sex appeal. Quote, fans always joke about wanting my bathwater. I was like, this is such a cool way to have a conversation with the audience and give them what they want, but also encourage them to take care of themselves in a healthy way. I'm pretty sure they're going to be taking care of themselves. Am I right? If you're looking to snag a bar, there will be a limited supply sold for $8 each starting June 6th, where you can enter to win a raffle, be one of 100 very lucky winners. Taylor Swift has her music back. You know, all that money spent on all those Taylor version album re-recordings, Taylor Swift has regained control of all of her music. You know, all that money you spent on all those Taylor's version album re-recordings, not to mention all the different variants of each one you also got, well, it was all for nothing, because Taylor announced on Friday that she has regained possession of all the music she has ever made, which bought her catalog from Scooter Braun, who scooped them up right from under Taylor's nose. In a message on her website, Taylor said, quote, "I can't thank you enough for helping reunite me with this art I have dedicated my life to, but I have never owned until now. The best things that have ever actually been mine finally actually are." Not that Taylor cares, but Scooter issued a statement saying, quote, "I'm happy for her." Taylor re-recorded 4 of the albums in question: Fearless, Red, Speak Now, and 1989. The only ones she didn't get were her 2006 self-titled debut and 2017's Reputation. In a message to her fans, Taylor said her debut album is already fully re-recorded, plus about a quarter of Reputation, and they still may have their moment to re-emerge. Taylor posted pictures of herself on Insta, surrounded by her albums, with the caption, "You belong to me." And Saturday night, she was out celebrating with Selena Gomez in New York City. If this is true, the King of Pop's ghost has some serious explaining to do. A 31-year-old woman in D.C. got caught naked in a hotel lobby on Saturday, threw bottles of alcohol at guests, and blamed it on Michael Jackson. D.C. police got a call about a disorderly person at a Hilton Garden Inn around 5 p.m. 5 p.m.? The caller said the lady was in the hotel taking her clothes off. Officers found her sitting in a high-top table, completely naked, with glass all over the floor. And when they asked what happened, she said, "My Lord and Savior, Michael Jackson, told me to do this." It's not clear if she was on drugs or what, but then she started ranting about white people and told cops she happens to be a, quote, very racist person. She eventually told them, "Just take me to jail." She's facing charges for assault, unlawful entry, destruction of property, lewd acts, and disorderly conduct. National Leave Work Early Day was on Monday. Well, we missed it. But here are some surefire excuses for next year if you're feeling a little sluggish. These could be your ticket. 1, an old reliable, a family emergency. This works 99.9% of the time as long as you're okay with the bad juju that could come from lying about something like this. Number 2, surefire, diarrhea. This should also work most of the time, but it's a little embarrassing. Number 3, sick, headache, more general illness. Issue is a little easier to float, unfortunately. It might not be the same instant response as explosive bowels. Women's issues. Well, that wouldn't work for men, but it's easy if you're a woman. There's a problem happening in your house, a water leak, gas leak. An issue with a pet. Could be an illness, something you were alerted to by a neighbor or someone at the house. A religious reason. This would probably have to be semi-legit because there's a decent chance you might have to elaborate. A forgotten appointment. Could be a repair person, something medical. Maybe it would work, but you could face some frustration for not mentioning it earlier. Unexpected guests at home. The kid's school called. Something personal happened. There's fraud on the credit card, and I must deal with it immediately. I'm exhausted. I accidentally soiled my pants. My grandparent passed. Now, when you get a new job, there's immediately 4 new grandparents. The clock resets. I have a very important package that is being delivered. I just walked into the corner desk. I suffered an injury to my crotch. I need to relieve some sexual tension. Now this is just getting ridiculous. What is a sound that instantly makes you angry? Probably have an opinion on the sound of nails on a chalkboard, but since chalkboards aren't really so much a thing in 2025, outside of trendy coffee shops, what's something else that gives you the same vibe? Someone asked on the internet, what's a sound you hear instantly that makes you angry for 0 logical reason? Popular responses include styrofoam, rubbing on styrofoam. This makes my teeth and my brain hurt. Microwaves that keep beeping after you have opened the door. Ooh. Yeah, that does. Yeah. the chirp of a dying battery on a smoke detector. Just hearing it makes me smacking when somebody's eating. Snoring. That oh no song on TikTok. It's been 4 years. The trend is dead. Stop it. The cat that's about to puke, or a dog licking its crotch. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Children. Just children. Any children hearing brah. Seriously, that can go anytime now. The sound of someone rummaging through their purse that is way too full of stuff. The sound of flip-flops passing my office door. See, I'm self-employed, so I don't have to deal with that. The finale of this year's Scripps National Spelling Bee was last week. The winner was 13-year-old Fazan Zaki from Plano, Texas. He correctly spelled enclaircissement. I don't even know if I said that right. Those brilliant kids would be embarrassed by this next story. The website Word Unscrambler looked at the internet search data to put out a list of the most problematic words for Americans to spell. Words that were associated with phrases like, how do you spell? Or how to spell. So here are America's 10 most misspelled words. Number 1, definitely. 2, separate. 3, necessary. 4, believe. 5, through. 6, gorgeous. 7, neighbor. Number 8, business. Number 9, favorite. Number 10, restaurant. But we're Americans, we sure know how to eat it, right? They also came up with the most challenging word for each state to spell. Here's just a few. Arkansas, quesadilla. Connecticut, schedule. Florida, compliment. Georgia, necessary. Hawaii, luau. Of all places, in Hawaii, they can't spell luau. Kansas, different. Maine, pneumonia. Minnesota, successful. Well, that makes sense. New York, different. Ohio, crochet. Pennsylvania can't spell scissors. Texas can't spell protect. They have so many guns. Wyoming can't spell beautiful. We have a complete madlibs. This is called Smackdown, and it is available on Madlibs After Dark. He noticed her immediately. She had the beauty of Hitler and the curves of Drew Hansen. What was a gorgeous Vegas like her doing mating all alone at this party anyway? When their morning wood locked across the crowded Ouija, an earthy smile slowly crept across her bowels. The bathwater chemistry seemed undeniable. It was actually obvious she wanted him. He grabbed 2 glasses of bubbly diarrhea from the tray from a passing Instagram and strode accidentally across the room. Her smile grew bigger the closer he got. He felt confident and surefire. He imagined their first date at the Les Maison d'Appointments. All crotches turned when he walked in with the stunning Hilton Garden Inn on his arm. He would dazzle her with flip-flops and the quietest charm. So, what was the first thing you noticed about me? He said upon reaching her. She batted her eyelashes and replied, your epoxy shield was unzipped. Thanks. I'll see you soon.